Merry Christmas! Welcome back to my YouTube channel Watched by Ashley, where we take a look at the new releases from the major streaming platforms and determine whether or not they're worth the watch. So today we're going to be taking a look at Apple TV Plus's Spirited. This film stars Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds and Octavia Spencer in the lead roles, and it was written and directed by Sean Anders. Apple paid $75 million for this film, and it's a reimagining of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. So there's nothing necessarily new here, but it has a few nice twists to modernize the classic tale. So of course we have the ghosts of Christmas past, Christmas present, and Christmas future who go on their annual haunts to try to change some irredeemable person and make them less self-centered and a better member of society. And in this case, the ghost of Christmas present, played by Will Ferrell, he's actually set his sights on Clint Briggs, played by Ryan Reynolds. Clint Briggs is a PR executive for a firm where he specializes in turning people's anger and hate in his marketing campaigns into big dollars for firms. So he makes them a lot of money by profiting off of chaos. And so the reason why he's such a good target is because he's such a big sphere of influence that the ghost of Christmas present feels like this is someone who'll make a big difference if we can kind of turn him around. And what's interesting here in this reimagining is that the ghosts aren't just the three of them. It's actually a network of ghosts who work together every year to put on a big production. So they spend 364 days of the year kind of putting together their haunting, because to them it's a really big deal if they can turn you around. So that's kind of what one of the major spins are in this story. Another aspect that they incorporate here is kind of the use of social media. So they kind of take a look to say, over the last few years, we haven't been very kind to each other, and we forget that there's another human being involved with their social interactions. So that's one of the themes that they play on here, is that there's consequences in the way you interact with each other. So that was really nice. What you might be surprised to find, especially a film that stars Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell, is that it's actually a musical. I was kind of expecting a laugh a minute here, but they actually do a fair bit of singing, and that was surprising to me because those two aren't actors that are really known for singing. They don't have powerhouse voices, so a very strange direction, especially since they're both executive producers for this film. But I will give them credit. There are a few good scenes here, like the opening scene with Ryan Reynolds. That number is very over the top and energetic, and it kind of sets the tone for the film. Also, there's a really fun song called Good Afternoon, and that was really cleverly set up and very cheeky, so I did enjoy that.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Well, I never.
Just let one fly and you'll be smiling pretty soon.
Another refreshing kind of addition to this tale is that there's a bit of a love story for the ghost of Christmas present with Octavia Spencer's character, so I really like that aspect of it. Overall, though, in terms of whether or not you should watch the film, I would give it a C rating. The reason being is that it's not really original. When you have Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell starring in the film, I just expected more comedy, right? And I think that if it's $75 million and it's kind of an adaptation, I just think that there should be something really new brought to the table, and I don't think they really did that here. So those are kind of the things that hold the movie back, in my opinion. I think that if you do like musicals or you enjoy the show Glee, this is kind of the movie for you. But if you're expecting all-out comedy or to be laughing a lot or for it to be very lighthearted, I don't think this is necessarily that kind of film. To me personally, I feel like Apple TV is really struggling to find like their niche or find their audience or what they're going to be known for. They haven't had a lot of successful movies. They haven't had a lot of hits that have come out from the streaming platform. Like the only kind of big movies that they've had were, I would say, Coda, which was pretty much popular because it was groundbreaking with the sign language and in terms of people who have hearing disabilities. And maybe Cherry, but Cherry was only really popular because of Tom Holland, and that movie didn't really turn out very well. So again, Apple TV I think is really struggling to really find the movies that they want to make. I feel like they're just giving celebrities a lot of money to make their passion projects, and that doesn't necessarily translate to a good film. So those are my thoughts. Consider that your warning if you're going to check out Spirited on Apple TV. But let me know in the comments below what your favorite holiday special is. Like, what's your favorite holiday movie that you go back to? For me personally, I love Home Alone 2. I can't let the Christmas season pass without watching that. So I'd love to hear what your classics are. But that's all I have for you today. So if you've watched the video up to this point, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoy the content you're watching here, please give me a like and subscribe. So it'll help me grow the channel. and I do appreciate that. So thanks a lot, and I'll see you next time. Take care.